earlier last year, we sent our 3 females to Melbourne. So now we just have the big boy Cavalli and his 3 sons in his habitat. So I'll introduce you to the other 3 sons. I think they're all out at the moment. So the one at that top platform ripping up that browse, that is for Boomy. So he's the second oldest out of them, and then we have Yuku, I can't see at the moment, but he's sort of the second biggest compared to the Bali. So once you have a look at all of them in the same sort of area, you can kind of see the differences. And so then we have Mwamba, which is the other, the rawest one. So he's quite distinctive as well because he's the smallest out of the 4. So a little bit about bachelor groups. So in the wild, these bachelor groups will be formed naturally by young boys that leave their natal group. So they'll sort of grow up in their family group. It will be compiled of a harem society. So it will be a silverback just like the Bali, and then multiple females, and then always multiple offspring from those females. So in the family group, the silverback will be the only breeding male. As the boys sort of mature in their family groups, they will leave and form these bachelor groups. So they can hang out with some other young males their own age, to learn some manners, learn some gorilla etiquette. It's just very similar to us humans. You're going to be out of home, joining a share house or going to uni, you get that socialisation. The same for the females, they'll leave that family group and they'll go find another group to join. So this way they're able to have offspring of their own. So they won't breed obviously with their father, and they don't have any breeding opportunities in that family group. So that's sort of the basis of what happens in the wild. So here we're managing a dad and his 3 sons. So gorillas are herbivores. So you're going to see us sort of just throwing out mainly leafy greens and vegetation. So we've got some nourishment for them, with some veggies in there, and then of course some different browse that we've hung up. So gorillas in the wild, they will spend the majority of their day foraging around, eating plant materials, so roots, different leaves, the bark of trees. So that's pretty much what they spend their day doing, and then they'll sort of settle down and rest throughout the day, and then overnight they'll build nests from that foliage as well. So here we replicate the same things. We like to have them do those natural behaviours. So we do multiple different feeds throughout the day, a variety of different ways. So we do scatter feeds, and they really have to, forage for findable items of food such as pellets or currants, things like that. And then we'll do the big bulky feeds such as leafy greens, which they got this morning. So it's sort of varies from feed to feed to keep it interesting for them. A lot of people ask if we give them any special treats or anything like that. So we do offer them like oats or fruit. We save the fruit for their training sessions. So being grade 8, they are very similar to us with the cognitive abilities. So they are incredibly smart. So we do a lot of cooperative healthcare with our gorillas. And if you're unfamiliar with that term, basically it's just like healthcare. So we can ask them a variety of different behaviours that assist with that. So for example, we can ask them to open up their mouth. So they'll do that with a verbal cue or a hearing gesture. And we can get a good look at their teeth, make sure everything is eating all right. We can also ask them to present different body parts. So the biggest advancement will be asking them to present their shoulder, and we're able to inject them for any procedures that we might have to do. So it's a very stress-free process. In the past, those training techniques weren't developed yet. So we've really come a long way to be able to work with these animals to make it really pleasant for them for their own healthcare. So you see our younger ones are a bit more cheeky than our silverback. This is just due to age. So when they're younger, they are quite rambunctious, especially these boys being brothers. They're just like us humans with our siblings. You get a bit rowdy, you like to play, and sort of have fun. So that's kind of what they do, those youngsters. They're a bit more calm today because it's a bit of a hot one. But when they were younger, they were definitely a lot more rambunctious. As they're growing up now, we sort of just managing to make sure that they're sort of all getting along. So even though these gorillas are living a really good life here at Tonga, it's not the same story for their wild cousins. So in the wild, the gorillas are facing significant threats, the biggest one being habitat loss. So what happens over there is they're killing the gorillas and destroying their habitat, all to mine for a mineral called coltan. So it's actually something that all you guys pretty much hold in your hands at the moment. It's in your mobile phones. So we have a campaign that we're involved in, and all over the world, I think they've got a similar campaign. And what it's called is we're calling on you. And essentially that's what we're doing. We're calling on all you guys, the guests and everyone else. If you have any old mobile phones just laying around the house, or perhaps you're going to upgrade for Christmas or your birthday, we're asking you, instead of just leaving it in a drawer, we're asking for it to be donated into us. And what happens is we send those phones off-site, they extract that valuable mineral coltan, and they recycle it into new phones. So it's a very simple way that you can help stop the gorillas from facing those habitat losses in the wild. Some other threats they face is illegal pet trade, so they'll steal the young and sell them for illegal pets, and also bush pet trade. So There's guys doing really hard out there for a couple of reps, but that's a simple way that you guys can help. Besides being here today, of course, the leadership does go through our conservation efforts, so thank you for joining us today. I will wrap it up there today. If you guys have any questions, please come ask me. I'm just sort of hanging out in the middle of the habitat. So if you have any interesting questions that you want to ask, I'll do my best to answer. If not, thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of your day here at Tronga.